It's your boy Codehova from Fly Combinator. We're continuing on with iOS Hustla, and the video we just finished was the role of the view controllers. So we done with that. Let's move on. And what I want to move on is using documentation. All right. So what we did in the previous app, not previous app, but this current app, is we worked on we have this view with this single label that's centered in the middle, okay? And when we have it on the simulator, this is how it looks. This is how it is on the storyboard, where this is something we just have for an example, right? This is an example text. So this is just what we want to see when we're developing the app, but when the app runs, we want it to say on this main label, this is the Swift file, right? And if we run it, it's going to go from main storyboard, the example text, the placeholder for our visual purposes, right? And then it's going to say, this is on the Swift file, okay? So what are we talking about? We're talking about documentation, because they made this point saying, we're going to teach you how to use documentation. So let me teach you how to use documentation without paying 14, 15 grand. Okay. So what we're going to do is iOS control events. You could Google anything. And as you see here, Apple developer documentation. But what I want to do is, let's talk about UI label. And the first thing that pops up is Apple's developer documentation, which I was expecting. Okay. And when it comes to this documentation, this is how the screen looks. And right now, all we care about is Swift. But if you want to be crazy and dig deep in, there's going to be shit about the Objective-C. But I don't really see any difference right now. But let's just go back to Swift. You don't need to work with Objective-C, especially in this day and age, unless you want to be like, if you want to be a hipster, right? If you want to be a hipster, learn Objective-C all you want. And it's going to give you all the information that you need when it concerns this UI label. It's going to give you an overview. These are the attributes that you could mess with. As you saw, we edited this text, right? So let's open that up. Let's dig deep. And if we dig deep, it's going to say the current text that is displayed by the label, the instance property, right? So if we go into Xcode and we go into main view controller for the main label, the outlet that we have created, we have manipulated the instance property with .text. Okay. So the declaration is a text. You give it a string optional, and this property is nil by default. Assigning a new value to this property also replaces the value of the attributed text property with the same text, although without any inherent style attributes. Instead of the label styles, the new string under shadow color, text alignment, and other string-related properties of this class. A whole bunch of heebie-jeebie bullshit. All right, but this is all the stuff that you could manipulate onto a UI label. Right? There's all these different kinds of attributes. Line breaks, how it could auto shrink, which we definitely manipulated, right? The baseline, highlighted, shadowed, shadow offset. So when you're developing apps, man, there's really only a handful that you need to know yourself. You need to be able to move around Xcode. But of course, there's going to be times when you don't know how to do, okay, the designer is going to give you something to look at, how to base your views, right? So there are times when you need to look at the documentation. And when you read the documentation, it'll give you all the information that you ever would want to know with whatever you're looking at. So damn, it's a little late, my bad. So there are times when you look at the documentation to find out the information that you need. So let's say, for instance, we have Triumph. All right. So we're going to get method man's verse. This is method's verse. So we're going to change this. Okay. So we're going to create a multi-line string, which if you did watch Pimp and Swift, you would know how to manipulate this shit. So let's just run this. You see, this is a case where you would need to look at the UI label documentation. It's like, damn, how do I make, this is just one line. How do I make this a multi-line string? Okay, so that's why we would look into the documentation, and we have a line break mode. Let's look at line break mode. Lines. So we're looking at number of lines. Boom. See, we were on the UI label documentation, and when we talk about lines, we see this variable number of lines. That is something we want to look at more so, in my opinion, than line break mode, which is the technique to use for wrapping and truncating the label's text. Let's stick with number of lines. I think that's more related to this. The number of lines instance property is the maximum number of lines to use for rendering text. And on this, the verse of Method Man, this is a bunch of lines, 19, 35. So that's 16 lines. Okay, 16 bars. Bam. This property controls the maximum number of lines to use in order to fit the label's text into its bounding rectangle. The default value for this property is 1. To remove any maximum limit and use as many lines as needed, set the value of this property to 0. So let's go into our Xcode, and let's also go into main label dot number of lines. And it told us to set it to 0 if we want to have it just be use as many lines as needed. That's what we're going for. You dig? Alright. Still, it's too much. Like, there's just too much text, and the minimum size that we have created is not small enough. So, because again, before we were making like some big ass headline, but let's just make it look decent. So let's go into this example text. Let's update this to be, well, we don't have to change that. What we could change is this. Minimum font size, and let's stick with maybe 9 points. So let's run it. And when you're on Xcode, you could have multiple tabs, and if you want to work with multiple tabs, you do the Command T. So I'm going to have storyboards open in one tab, and then I'm going to have the actual Swift file open in another, and I'm going to hide the utilities panel. So we have this. So this too is still too big. And oh, why is this happening? Because we only set the bounds for the leading and trailing edge. So what we could do to make sure that it shrinks accordingly is that we're going to set this to 20 as well. 20 and 20. And I'm going to turn off constrain to margin. And it's going to be bugging like, yo, this you want it to be centered. It's going to say you can't have it centered in the middle vertically if you're going to give it these 20 points away from the top and bottom. So there's several ways you could go about it. It's really all about like the math, man. So if we select this label and we go into the size inspector, okay, let's pull this down to see what we're working with. Because we set it to be aligned in the center vertically. So it's saying that when I say it's 20 points from the top and 20 points from the bottom, how am I supposed to also use that in conjunction with centering it vertically in the middle? So we could straight up just delete it, which is going to put us at step 1 where we have this issue, or we could just delete the Y centering. Okay, But there's different cases when you might want to still set things in the middle. So let me show you exactly what I mean. So boom, we have it looking good. But how could I have done this without deleting the centering in the middle? Because if we have, if I just commented out this text, half the lines, okay? Or I'm gonna take it out. We're gonna have the text starting from the very top, and that might not be what we want. We want shit to be in the middle. Well, this text is gonna just grow in size. Damn, man, I can't catch a break. But let me do it this way then. So another way we could have done it is, let's undo. So we have the align center and the Y back. What we could have done is we need to edit these. We're going to say greater or equal to 20. Greater or equal to 20. So boom. We're able to make sure that the text, whatever it may be, it's always going to be starting. It's always going to be centered vertically. But when it grows, it's going to have that bounds of 20. That's what we just did. So we run that, and we're still going to be looking at a very, very nice organized label with multi-line. So boom, there you go. And that what we did is looked into documentation. We looked into the documentation to find this number of lines feature, instance property that we're able to edit. And what you should know is that we could remove this from our code, and we go back to our storyboard, and if we click on the label, go into the attributes inspector, we'll see the lines is right here. So this is that same deal. We just need to put 0 in here, press enter, run, and we'll be good. So you could do it both ways. You could edit your attributes of your UI views from the storyboard. You could do it within the code in the main view controller file. In my opinion, it's really worth it to do as many things as you can in the storyboard. And there are some times, like when you're dealing with CG colors, that you have to edit attributes within the code file. All right, it's your boy Codehova, and what we just did is we have pretty much completed this point right here. All right, we're moving on. iOS Hustla live streams every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern. You dig?